Yay, I think we're good. I think we're live now. Sorry for the little delay. We just want to make sure everything's running smoothly. But hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession live stream. I hope the audio is fine. I hope everything sounds good. I have the chat down here too, so if it is, you can just let me know. And then hello, everyone that is watching on the playback. Did this last time for another Epic Universe world, and it's just easier to do it this way than to create a video. At that first one took forever. It was fun,
Yeah, it did.
but I think this is just a better format for doing stuff like this. And moving forward, I'll do announcements like this, like live stream announcements like this, instead of doing a full edited video that takes me like a week to edit. But yes, hello everyone, and thank you, Sarah, for the super chat right off the bat. Also, thanks, Sarah, for the mics today. And shout out to Pinup Palmer for the mics. These are hers, and always trying to make things sound good as possible. So we're just going to dive right into the latest announcement from Epic Universe, which is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. And again, by the way, Carter's joining me, Jinx Everywhere. Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Aren't you editing some
I'm
stuff?
trying to edit Japan right now.
Okay.
Trying to is the name of the game with that one. But yeah, the first video out will be Fantasy Springs.
Okay, cool.
So I was fortunate enough to go out there and experiencing Fantasy Springs on a soft opening, on the second day of soft opening.
You got lucky.
I got so lucky.
You got really lucky.
It's great. It's amazing. And the video will be out hopefully soon, within the next couple months.
Yeah.
Because
So
it just takes me a couple months
There
to
you
edit. Versus Dylan here, who can whip up something real quick.
I mean, your videos are great, so I can see why they take a little bit longer than mine. But yeah, if you haven't already checked out his channel, be sure to do so. I'll try to remember to leave all the links down below in the description once. Oh my goodness,
no!
The creatures are. We are going to be talking about Fantastic Beasts today, so.
I'm gonna go grab her real quick. Dylan,
The creatures are alive and well today in the apartment.
she knocked something over. Don't do that.
Yes, this is why live streams are very exciting, because you never know what's going to happen. And this is why they're also pretty rare on my channel too. It's very few and far between. But hello everyone in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be another long one, so I hope everyone has their beverage of choice. We have our beverages of choice. Not sponsored by any of these logos or anything,
No.
so don't you worry.
No.
And hello Terry, nice to see you, and hello everyone else in the chat. Is the audio sounding good? Is everything sounding good?
Are we good?
Yeah, because before we really start nerding out, I just want to make sure that the audio is good. So let me know in the chat before we continue. And no, I do not know if there's any new concept art for Montezuma's Revenge. I don't believe there is.
The last news we got was it's happening.
Yeah, so we know it's happening.
That was the last thing we got, was not said it officially is happening.
Yeah. Okay, audio's good. All right, well, let's
Cool.
just go. Everyone's
Let's
been
do
introduced. We know what's going on.
It's
We
time.
know the drill.
It's time.
We're going to talk about Orlando's newest theme park opening up next year. Still no opening date on Epic Universe. Still all a mystery. A lot of us nerds are thinking that it's going to open up sometime early next year.
Shall we roll it?
Let's roll it. The Wizarding World, for those that haven't seen this yet, sorry for the spoilers. But this is what we're talking about today. This is the final world, by the way, to be revealed at Epic Universe. The other four have been revealed. This is the fifth one. The others being Celestial Park, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, and now the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic.
We're going to Paris.
We're going to 1920s
We're going
Paris.
to Paris.
And again, more creative people talking here. Now, I've already seen this. Carter's already seen it. We're not going in fully blind, but it's just so much fun to rewatch this because of the scale of what they're trying to do here is incredible. It's a little weird, though, that they're doing two different movies.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that has to do with things that happened years ago that they just couldn't change.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know, some people were talking about how it's just odd and it's not going to work. But honestly, I don't care that there's two different timelines going on.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Why? People of the internet are complaining that it's two separate movies, right? But things like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is tied to one set of the trilogy.
Yeah.
And it hinders
Exactly.
that land so much that they've actually broken outside of it. And now it's just a collage of Star Wars things, kind of, that's still set in this weird timeline.
Yeah.
But why, for your theme park land, why lock it into a timeline when you're going to grow this IP
Exactly.
into even more movies? So, yeah, bring two movie franchises into the same IP. Like, that's...
Bring 3 or 4. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, the public that's going to the park, they don't care what timeline they're in. They just want to see Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
And we want to see Harry Potter stuff. And if the ride's cool, if the environment's cool, I don't think really there's going to be too many people sitting there nitpicking it, you know?
Yeah.
With Galaxy's Edge, it's like, yeah, they limit themselves a little bit. Like, the environment's beautiful, and to a degree, yeah, people just don't care. But there's a lot of people that also want to see Luke Skywalker running around. They want to see Darth Vader. They want to do all this cool stuff. So it's like, yeah, give them that, Disney. So with Universal, at least they're going, okay, we'll take the weird, we might have made some decisions years ago that we just can't change, but oh well, we're just going to roll with it. And I think it's working, and I think from what they've been building so far and what they've been showing off, I think it's gonna pay off handsomely for them.
It's gonna pay off great.
Yeah. So. Do any of you guys have an issue with that? I don't think anybody really does. I think it's just people just trying to nitpick it, you know?
Yeah, Terry said people just like to complain.
There you go.
People like to find the negative in things, and yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, we all like to, critique and nitpick. At the end of the day, we're nerds. But, yeah, this one is not really that big of a deal. No. So let's go ahead and continue. And this world will have one major attraction and then a show, which I'm glad they're doing another stage show in the park. Entertainment is king, and I'm glad they are moving forward with, okay, we can spend the money and let's do another stage show.
Yeah.
We got a very large one in How to Train Your Dragon, and then now another one in the Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic. This is what the entrance looks like. We've seen this concept art before. This is really nothing new. This was released when they did the Celestial Park announcement, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, it really is. The outside statement is nice, and I'm glad once again they're planting trees in and around these lands, because Lord knows we don't need to be in a theme park opening day in Florida with no shade. That would be awful. So I'm glad they're spending the money on fully grown, matured trees. Oh, looks like we're getting an ad.
Oh. Well, that's YouTube sending ads.
This is an ad. The random ad just flew in for some people.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, let's continue. We all kind of know what the entrance portal is. Now this
Blue.
is all, blue.
Blue.
And here's all the new stuff. Now pause right here. Now if you notice, when we flew in, there was a concrete wall right there blocking this view. So when we walk through the portal into this world, we're not going to really see the street right off the bat. We're going to have to go around an obstacle, which is really cool.
Super interesting.
Here's that shot again right there. Boom.
Yeah. So it won't be apparent when you walk into the land. It's not gonna be there. You're gonna have to keep going further into the land, and like we said in the last stream, is Universal does a really good job of drawing guests further into the land and bringing them further into the storytelling, and that's I kind of guess what this wall is.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably trying to figure out a way to like how do we create some sort of blockage or an S-bend or whatever, and they're like, why don't we just put a big old concrete wall up there and then that force people to walk around it, and then which creates this really cool reveal, very Diagon Alley. Yep. When you walk into Diagon Alley for the first time, you do walk around some concrete walls, and a lot of people still walk by Diagon Alley and not even know it's there. So
yeah, there's no signs. No. There's nothing.
Super subtle.
This is going to have a giant portal and a wand sticking out.
Yeah, we'll know what it is.
How do you, going back a little bit, how do you feel about the marquee in the portal?
I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of what else they would put in that spot, but
Yeah, I think it's just okay. Like,
Yeah,
comparatively to everything in Epic Universe, I think the marquee is just okay.
yeah,
But then we get into the land.
yeah. That's probably why they were like, ah, screw it, we'll throw that up there. Yeah, then you you go around the concrete wall, and you see this, and this is spectacular.
Place Chalet.
Yeah.
Was
And
in Paris.
what's cool is I've been fortunate enough to go to Paris and walk the streets of Paris, and just from what we've been able to see in this video, I mean, they have recreated everything. I mean, it is insane. Here's the overall like concept art.
There it is.
Yeah, this is the entire world, huge in scale. I mean, this thing is massive. Hello, everyone, by the way, joining the chat. Yeah, Terry, there's going to be plenty of shade, thankfully. Universal's spending so much money. Even in this land, too, there's going to be moments throughout the day where there's going to be a lot of shade because the buildings are so tall, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But there's even trees in this cityscape, which is nice. It's not fully a concrete jungle. There's a lot of concrete. Concrete is king here, but I'm glad they are incorporating as much greenery as they can.
Yeah. This piece of concept art is just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's super pretty. And again, showcasing what they're trying to achieve here. I mean, they literally are taking a cityscape and plopping it in the middle of a theme park.
It's so cool.
I mean, whoever the executive was like, no, we need to do this full scale, like, or else this is not going to be good. Yeah. And there's even, if you see in the concept, there's like that little darker section that's supposed to be like the spooky part of Wizarding Paris, kind of like the Nocturne Alley, but
that's my
not
favorite
really.
part of Diagon.
Yeah, so they're kind of doing that same thing again here in Wizarding Paris. But let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, beautiful piece of concept art. We see this gentleman once again. Look at that shot right there. That right there is
so
just
cool, man.
that when you think of like epic, that is epic. I've heard some other creators say like, "Oh, this is not epic" or whatever. I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is insane."
So it's not. Here's the thing. I don't think it's translating well in concept art.
No.
Or other things because it's people are like, oh, they're just building Paris.
Yeah.
But it's like the thing is like we've never seen this scale really inside of a theme park.
No.
And they'll say this in a second. The shortest building in this is the tallest building in Diagon Alley.
Which is bonkers. For those that have been to Diagon Alley, you know that the buildings are very tall because you have to block out all of the stuff that's around it. Diagon Alley is like shoehorned into a very like interesting section of the park. So the buildings have to be tall enough to really immerse you. And Diagon Alley is incredibly immersive. I mean, it's really immersive. This, I mean, knowing that the buildings are even taller, that's nuts. Yeah, this has not been done on this scale before. So the definition of it being epic is there. I mean, this is epic. What more do you want? I mean, it's just like when you walked into Galaxy's Edge where the Falcon is and you saw the towering rock work. Same thing there. I mean, it's beautiful. This, walking down the street, once you go through the archway, and you look off in the distance and you're just seeing that, and then they're obviously doing a forced perspective thing there too. Mm-hmm. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Corey's even excited in the chat. I'm so excited for Epic Universe. Yeah. And what's crazy is I think people are going to be running to multiple different worlds in this park. Like, it's not just going to be one particular thing. Each of the worlds they're bangers.
Yeah.
They
really
are
good.
Bangers.
No, really, really good. This it's massive, right? And that's what it had. I don't think it the concept art doesn't translate like the magic and the wonder of the other Wizarding World lands, of like these really weird shops and these chimneys that are crooked and all that jazz. But the scale of this alone. Remember, you're going to go from a beautiful park into this giant towering city
Oh yeah, I mean
in an instant.
these buildings are like almost 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, just for those that are watching at home that haven't seen this at all, yeah, these buildings are massive. And I've walked, like I said, I've walked some of the streets that look just like this in Paris. Like they have, they took some pictures and probably sent crews out there to walk the streets, and they were like, let's recreate it. And that's what they did. They're to scale, which 100 feet tall easily. And then I can only imagine how tall the structure is in the back, the forced perspective structure. So I mean, you're gonna be completely in it.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, and I'm glad that there's trees there. There's gonna be plenty of shot. The one thing I guess, and we'll get into this conversation a little bit more later, but I guess the one thing I am a little disappointed in is I wish there was another attraction in the land or in the world. I'm gonna go back and forth between those two terms.
Yeah.
I wish there was another one because of its size.
It's going to suffer from what Diagon Alley just suffers from.
Yeah.
And that Diagon Alley there's only one major attraction in this land. But there's a huge show, and we'll get to that in a moment. And it's just, this thing is going to be...
That cafe down there on the bottom left, how cool is that going to be to just sit and have like a coffee or something, or a pastry, like you literally are in Paris. And down here, booked a trip to Disneyland Paris in 2025. Did not know we would have Paris at home by then. Yeah, we're gonna have it here in the States. Yeah. And it's mind blowing. That's gonna be like how cool, because there's gonna be moments when like we're in Florida with our friends and stuff. Going, let's go have some breakfast down there. And you go and have breakfast at the cafe right on the street, and you could see people walking in. It's just like you're in Paris. I mean, we can go ahead and continue. Already, just right off the bat, I think people are going to be mind blown with how, and this creative person is talking about the buildings. Again, look at this. I mean, here's the spooky part. Incredible. That was a shot inside one of the cafes.
I don't know why let's go back a little bit. This flyover, and we'll watch the flyover in a second.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. You're in it.
Have they said the amount of shops?
No. I mean, maybe on the website or something, but I haven't seen the exact number, but I know there's probably like hopefully like close to a dozen. I mean, there's probably like 3 or 4 in here. And then you got the wand shop, and then you have the cafe, and then you have, I think, a couple other shops. There might be another like place to grab some food. That's like maybe a walk-up window or whatever.
Awesome.
There's butterbeer. You can get butterbeer in this world.
There's got to be a couple places to buy butterbeer. There's no way there's just one.
Oh yeah, no, there's probably a couple.
They know what they're doing when it comes to butterbeer sales. Jeez.
Yeah, this is the inside of. Apparently, this is that quick service place inside this spooky part of Paris. Mm-hmm. This is like one of the bars or whatever. I mean, look, the interior of that is gorgeous. And then this is that courtyard. That's the front entrance. Another beautiful shot. And you can see there's like people with food carts and stuff. So there's going to be.
Apologies for everyone watching.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find. It's so hard to stop.
Because Universal's, they're.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Okay, so this is the courtyard. Like when you're walking into the world, you're walking straight to the theater. Off to the right, this is that courtyard.
Is that entertainment I spy?
I was about to say, is that Streetmosphere?
Yay!
Is that Streetmosphere?
More entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of entertainment, and we'll talk about this later more, that dragon.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Apparently, if you haven't been on Twitter lately, Twitter has seen, or X has seen, a dragon flying over How to Train Your Dragon
They want to use they're using drones and stuff to and I hope that this is not just a media thing. They want to, but they said in the press releases that you're going to see flying dragons. So. Yep. But moving back to this piece of artwork, I do like the vines all over the ground there, really the overgrown trees and stuff. So I hope that they stick with that. That's a good shot right there.
Great shot of the front.
That's the entrance statement. Yeah, I mean, this is...
You're going to walk up to this thing. I remember when they were putting the Super Nintendo Wars sign in Hollywood, and everyone was looking over the wall to the warp pipe, and they just put in the sign. A lot of our reaction was, that's a tiny sign. And then we got up next to it, and then people were like, oh, that thing's huge. That thing's massive. And that's a massive sign. And it's going to be the same, this is just going to look massive on the outside, and once you get inside...
Yeah. I mean, again, it doesn't, the scale is not represented here. I mean, the people in the concept art are a lot larger next to the buildings than what is actually going to be a thing. I mean, again, this is huge. It's going to be towering over you. And then here's what the other side looks like with that bird on the other side, the beautiful architecture. I mean, it is just jaw-dropping.
It's insane.
Yeah, jaw-dropping.
It is insane.
Another shot. This is looking down the street towards the attraction. So this is where you're going to go to ride the big e-ticket ride.
Ooh, the
butterbeer cart. Those news stands, again, you'd see those in Paris. They are, this whole thing is super authentic from what it looks like. It's incredible.
I'm going to be able to hang out in here for hours.
What was it? Jim Shull or whatever on X talked about how people could spend 4 to 6 hours in this, and I believed him.
Yeah.
And some people were like, "No way!" And I'm like, "Are you crazy?"
I'm sorry. We spent a whole day in Avengers Campus on opening day.
I'm about to say, yeah, we spent a few hours in Avengers Campus, and there's nothing to do in that parking lot. I mean, this is, I mean, just with the architecture alone. You want to see it. You don't just want to go on the ride and then call it a day and go to the next thing, which I'm sure there's going to be people that are like that. But for us theme park nerds and all of you that are subscribed to my channel, we're going to want to take our time through this. Yeah. I mean, all these artists work so hard to, make this a thing. Oh, there's all the text messages. Was there anything crazy? Oh, screenshot it.
No!
No.
Give me a second.
I don't think anything is crazy, right?
No.
some crazy confidential information revealed on the Theme Park Obsession live stream. No. But yeah, no, people are going to...
A couple of my friends asking, hey, do you want to hang out?
No, we're hanging out right here, right now. But no, this is... You're going to want to see the architecture. You're going to want to explore. So yeah, 4 hours is nothing. That is nothing. 2 hours of it, you're gonna be waiting in line for the ride. So yeah, you're gonna want to grab a butterbeer. You're gonna want to try the food. Yeah, we'll definitely be spending hours in this area alone. I'm just curious how the Ministry of Defense ride will turn out. Like Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance, it'll be the most immersive attraction of all time. I mean, that's what they're saying, which we'll get to in a minute here. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. This is anybody doubting this, don't trust them. Anybody that sits there and says otherwise, that this is not impressive in its own right, don't watch those people.
They don't know what that.
No, they don't know what they're talking about. You have to appreciate this as a theme park fan, whether you're on one side of the aisle or not, whether you're the Disney conversation or the Universal conversation or any other theme park conversation. When you look at these pieces of concept art, you cannot deny that this is impressive. I mean, that is impressive.
Yep.
It's
so good.
Yeah. If anyone says otherwise, don't trust them. I'm sorry, but your opinion doesn't matter to me, because come on.
It's so good, and we'll get to this.
That's
second.
Inside the attraction. That's the queue. This is at night in the world. This is some of the wand experience. That's inside the wand shop. I mean, it is stunning.
Yeah.
You can tell that Universal was like, we're spending all the coin over here, which, rightfully so. Harry Potter's very popular. It's one of the most popular franchises on the planet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why wouldn't you spend a bunch of money with this? And that's not to say that they didn't spend a bunch of money in the other worlds. I mean, the other worlds look gorgeous too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one, I mean, it's just next level. It's next level. But let's go ahead and continue with the video. And you also got to remember, Universal tends to be true from concept art to reality. Yeah, they're really good about sticking with the concept art.
And they're also announcing, they're showing this to us very late in the game.
Oh,
they have built basically all of this already. This already exists in Orlando right now.
Yeah, they're just finishing up a few things like painting and
Look
stuff.
at this Niffler.
Oh yeah, they're a cute little creature. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Harry Potter stuff. I never watched any of the later. I think I stopped at like movie number 3 or 4, and then I've never seen any of the Fantastic Beasts movies. But you know what?
Yeah, you don't need to.
I think I'm an example of someone that doesn't need to see this stuff to appreciate how amazing this is. Looks like we got another ad for those that got the ad. Yeah, you don't need to be like up to date to really appreciate the work that's gone into what they're doing in the wizarding world here.
Yeah.
But yeah, wand experience clearly right there with that creature. I think that's what that is, or it could just be another like a random.
I think they show it later. This is a wand.
This is an
experience.
interactive thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's going to be areas of the world that just have random creatures hanging out in the windows.
Yep.
You know, like it's just kineticism that they want to add. This is the cafe. I took 5 years of French, but I'm not going to go ahead and do it.
This is crazy.
This is gorgeous.
That's
beautiful.
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
but
better than
I love
Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake
I
Factory.
was going to say, I think we should have some cheesecake after this.
Yeah, we should.
But no, this is like, see, Mythos reminds me more of Cheesecake Factory. That's because the designer of Cheesecake Factory was actually the designer of Mythos. But
fun fact.
This is like, the tile work. I cannot wait to see this in person. I mean, again, having a meal in this place, and you could see out the windows, people walking down the streets. I honestly think you're going to forget that you're in Epic Universe. I think you're going to forget that you're in Epic Universe, you're in a theme park. I think people are going to believe for a brief second that they're in Paris.
Yeah.
And how cool for people that, are dreaming to go to Paris and they're saving up money to maybe make that once-in-a-lifetime trip, and they live in Orlando, and they'll get a little taste of it. How it, to me, that inspires you to go see the real thing.
Yeah.
If they're being this authentic, that's how I kind of look at stuff like this.
It's that, and it's also I think the vision is still, let's create an environment for Potter fans, right? And they're stepping outside the usual norm with this land of, we've created Diagon Alley, we've created the Hogsmeade, we've created places that you've wanted to go. Let's create a place that is kind of leaves an open-ended for all storytelling.
Yeah.
For the theme park storytelling, right? Mm-hmm. But with that, let's create another place that you really want to go. And then we'll talk about Ministry of Magic in a second, because this land is not. It's really interesting too, right? This land is called the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. It is not called Wizarding World of Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts Paris Edition or whatever. It knows what the fans want, and they want the Ministry. But I think people are going to be really surprised with the environment that they've created.
I mean, look at this.
To tell this story of the Ministry.
I mean, this is just a cafe.
Yeah.
This is just a quick service place. You can go and grab something to eat. I mean, it's
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just stunning. Anthony says the first Fantastic Beast was good. The second one was pretty bad. Yeah, see, like I said, I've never seen any of them, and I'm not, breaking my ankle to go watch them. Maybe eventually I will, but I'm just more fascinated with the way everything looks through this. let's go ahead and continue. And like the smells and everything, like what are some of the smells going to be? You know, the
Baguettes.
music.
Baguettes.
Oh yeah, baguettes.
Um,
Just a bunch of different pastries, maybe chocolate.
chocolate croissants.
Oh yeah,
The amount of chocolate croissants.
they're going to be like $18. Come on, we got to remember it's Universal here.
Is this Paris? A waffle? I'm gonna want a waffle.
Yeah.
I want a waffle.
That's the butterbeer cart, which again, just you're one of the most popular specialty beverages in the world. I feel like in the theme park world.
The original blue and green milk. The original LeFou's brew.
Yeah.
The original just iconic
Yeah.
thing that you've wanted from a movie, and Universal did it for us with Butterbeer, and they're going to continue to sell a buttload of
Oh
them.
God, and they might have a specialty drink that's besides butterbeer, because they've done other versions. They've done I forget, there's one at the Leaky Cauldron that you can get, and it's a green drink. I forgot what the name of it is, but they've done different versions, and they're all pretty good. And there might be one in here. Ron says margaritas. I hope they have a margarita. I'm sure there's, I'm sure they're gonna have a bunch of great, like wine and champagne in this world. Which, I'm gonna have a nice little champagne in the morning. Yeah.
Another thing is, these buildings are like 200 feet, like 150, 100 feet tall, right? Looking at you, Epcot.
Oh yeah, Epcot's got like the My First Paris edition. This is like full scale. I mean, the France Pavilion in Epcot is gorgeous. It really is. I don't get me wrong. I love Epcot. I love Walt Disney World. We love Disney, but like when you're comparing the two of them, if you were going to do that,
it's gonna make it look like a trinket.
Yeah, this one clearly wins. It clearly wins. There's no competition.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Of course, you get an all Vandals wand experience with it.
Yep, the wands.
Because they have to make that wand money. And also, it's just an amazing show.
Yeah. It's a great interactive thing. It seems like each of the worlds have an interactive thing going for it. And of course, the Wizarding World, yeah, you're going to have the wands. They're still like some of the most popular little toys that people buy.
Yep.
Like being at Universal Studios Hollywood just the other day, you get to see like almost every other person walking around in the Wizarding World has a wand.
Yep.
They're running around with it. They're interacting with the different things. And what's cool is Universal will add new interactive things over time. Like that's what I guess the beauty of that RFID chip in that thing is you can do whatever. And I would assume there's probably a good handful of interactive pieces in the Ministry of Magic. And the inside of the wand shop, yeah, I mean, beautiful.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
I love all the creatures and stuff and the different things in the boxes.
And I wonder if there's like some of them are going to be animatronics.
They gotta be.
Like when you're waiting in line for Guardians of the
100%.
Galaxy.
Yep.
Like I wonder if some of those are going to be animatronics.
100%. Like,
epic.
it looks so good, dude. It looks so good.
Oh yeah, it looks great. Again, another character. This could all be for concept, who knows, but it'd be kind of cool if the character's walking around in there. Chandelier right there is beautiful. You got multi-layered, so it gives a sense of like there's just a bunch of stuff.
You have the classic different wand selection over here.
Yep. And who knows, they might have an experience like Ollivanders in this. We don't really know.
Where does this door lead?
The toilet, maybe. I don't know. Something. Maybe that's where the margaritas are.
Oh.
The Wizarding margaritas.
Look out!
Yeah, again, beautiful. And then here's an example of some of the interactive elements.
Okay, so they said this in the video, and it took me by surprise. These are moving portraits that will interact with you live.
Okay, so that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be
like,
epic.
let me make sure. I'm just gonna.
Red Sterling, we want to see the cat. LOL. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I don't know where the kitty's at.
She's sleeping right now.
Yeah, we don't want to disturb her slumber.
And
Maybe
the other one's in the back because I had to put him in the back because he would run loose and break everything.
I was about to say, wow,
during the
that's
stream.
crazy.
When we recorded the first Dark Universe video, they started fighting and they knocked down.
Yeah, this thing like went tumbling down.
And we went, oh, we have to stop.
Yeah, so we'll try to get the cats at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the super chat. All the super chats help the channel out so much, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yay!
That's gonna be cool if this is like. Do you think it's gonna be like, you know, the fountain at Islands of Adventure
Yes.
or the Kung Fu Panda thing?
Yeah, I think it's the Fountain at Islands of because Universal has done this great thing, right? They use voice performers, and they have it interact with guests with a performer off stage. We see it at Universal Studios Hollywood with the Transformers interaction. We see it with the Islands of Adventure Fountain in the Lost Continent.
Mm-hmm.
And we see it inside the volcano at Volcano Bay.
Yeah, with Vol.
Yeah. Great interactions.
That's such a great interaction at Volcano Bay. Like, just as a side note, like, what other water park do you see that at? What other water park can you like explore inside the volcano like that and just, you know, really interact with a character and it's just
make the fountains go up. Dylan.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So cool.
Let's go ahead and continue. Again, the architecture, again, another example of the WAN experience. Architecture just stunning. Just, it is killer. It is absolutely killer. And then this is where they're starting to talk about the show.
Yeah.
And okay, that's the facade. And you're gonna walk into the tent, and then
this is so. Well, you want to talk about like great theme park design, right? Because look at this tent, and I'm gonna actually go to the slideshow in a sec. I'm gonna find this concept art. It's just look at this tent.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is, right, is because you can see it with a flyover video. You're gonna enter the tent, and then go into a giant theater, right? But where's the giant theater, Dylan?
It's magic.
Where did the giant theater come from? And if you see it in the flyover video, there's another like tent off to this side, right?
Yeah.
It's this red pointy tent, and it's like attached to the building.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole building is just a part of the facade for this facade.
Yeah.
So it has an exterior facade of the facade, and it's like a hallway. It's so smart when it comes to theme park design because it's gonna want you to go into it.
Well, it's exploration.
Yeah.
And then there's probably some sort of illusion going on in there, that there's some special effects. Again, there's still so much about Epic Universe that we don't know. You know, they're only showing us little bits and pieces. But yeah, this effect is going to be really cool because, like what Carter was saying, you want to explore, you want to go in and see what's inside the circus tent, and then boom, you're going to be inside this massive, you know, theater that I'm assuming is going to seat, you know, a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's beautiful, and then in the background you can see that they've even painted some murals on the buildings, and I just can't wait to see this at night too. I think at night it's going to really shine. I feel like all the worlds are going to shine at night, but
it's going to be so cool, man.
Go ahead and continue.
Let's continue on.
And in the show, they've stated that there's going to be some puppetry. There's going to be aerialists. Oh, there's an inside shot of the tent. But yeah, puppets, aerialists, and probably other specialty acts, and then maybe like, you know, a few other things. But here's the inside of the tent. And again, we have no clue what's going to happen beyond this moment. And I think they show another piece of concept art that shows off like some of the seating arrangement, but we know that that's not going to be all the seating that's in the show.
Right.
And I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there is an effect here, whether it be that part or in the theater where it's like a Poseidon's Fury effect or Guardians of the Galaxy effect, where the whole, you know, the back wall lifts up and it reveals this massive stage. I mean, Yeah. So then that's the stage, and then again, they're being a little subtle here. They want you to obviously go and see it, but again, I'm so happy that this is gonna be another place
Let's
to
get
sit.
people in bubbles. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, the bubble stuff
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna have some bubble artists there. But this is gonna be great to just, sit and enjoy the AC, especially during those hot Florida days, and then just enjoy another show, something that everyone can go and see.
Yeah. I'm excited for the puppets. I'm really excited for all the puppets, right?
Yeah.
And like, this is gonna be really, really cool, because it's gonna give them an opportunity to show like untrainable, right? And we know what untrainable looks like because it's in Beijing right now. And
Yeah.
It's probably gonna have some differences, but those figures, and I don't know if they're puppets or not. Do you know if they're puppets or not?
I think that's like a combination of,
Yeah.
of puppetry and
Yeah.
animatronics.
So what we're going to be able to see, and what puppetry has been able to do in the theme park space in the past decade, is really, really cool. And
Yeah.
they've been pushing the ball and pushing the ball and pushing the ball. And this, I'm sure, it's going to have tons of illusions. It's gonna make you go, how did they do that?
Yeah.
And I think this show is being so underhyped right now. It's just, I think it's gonna be something really,
I think
special.
I think it's going to be just as cool as the Untrainable show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be another one of those experiences that people are like, heck yeah, let's go see that one too. I'm so excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
Especially since they've gone all out with the land. You can't have a world like that. You walk into an environment like that and then not have an incredible show.
Yeah.
You have to have a show that is just that blows
Mind-blowing.
it blows
Yep.
your socks off. And of course they're saying this in the marketing. It's just that they're of course they're always going to say that it's grand and whatever, they got to sell it. But I feel like they
This
almost
stage
mean it.
alone is just
Yeah, I feel
incredible.
like they mean it because you have to. You can't just walk into a world with 100-foot tall cityscape and then have a stupid looking show. Like the show has to be just as good as the environment that it's in, hands down.
100%. Shall we continue?
Let's continue with the journey here, and I believe this is where they slowly start talking about the attraction. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is we're gonna walk into the Metro Flu. Now this is where the other timeline comes into play. Again, something that really people aren't gonna really care about. But apparently in the Harry Potter series, you can be transported into different time zones or whatever through a fireplace.
Through they call it the Flu Network.
Okay.
This is already actually in. The Flu Network technically is in Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's how you get from inside the castle to outside the castle as you travel through the Flu Network.
That's what that green
Yeah,
smoke
that's what the
is.
green illume thing is when you when you take off and Hermione throws the dust at you. Is you travel through the Flu Network to get outside the castle.
Okay.
And that's when the eventual begins, right? So they are leaning on the Flu Network once again for the Ministry of Magic ride and the Ministry area because it's an area.
I mean, yeah,
It's very confusing on what this entrance is.
Well, I think this is the queue. I think this is going to be the queue for the attraction, but I also think it's just a grand indoor space that it's like an indoor world,
Yeah.
Just because it's just so large. When you look at the construction photos of this being built, it's impressive how large. This is probably one of the biggest rides that they've ever done.
It's massive. It's
So-
absolutely massive.
And what's cool with the Flu Network is they've said in this video that they're going to do some really cool special effects, and you're going to be engulfed in this faux flame effect or whatever, and be transported into the Ministry. So I'm excited to see how this all works in real life.
Do you think it's going to be so this effect you're going to be able to walk through and then poof, you're in the Ministry? Do you think this is like the mirror effect inside the train station?
I think it's going to be very similar to the platform 9 3/4 effect. There's going to be, I think we're going to walk through a very thick fog effect with lighting, maybe some sound, and then there might be a tiny little hallway similar to platform 9 3/4, and then we'll pop out into the Ministry with another fog effect. So it kind of continues the fog effect.
Yep.
And it looks kind of similar to
If
the train station.
If we notice, then
Oh yeah, right there.
that's there it is. That's your marquee entrance sign. I guess. That's hey, this way. Go to the attraction, and then what seems to be.
See, and I wonder if they're going to have like concessions in here, you know, like a normal metro station would have.
sure
Like
they
I wonder if they'll have like a little, you know, chip stand or something.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. And a very nicely themed bathroom. Good old themed bathroom.
Oh yeah, the bathrooms will probably be immaculate. Yeah, this is going to be like
That's awesome.
yeah, it's going to be so cool just to see people like going through the fog, like and you don't know where they're going. Like for people that are coming to this for the first time that aren't really familiar with Harry Potter, you're just going to see people disappear.
Do you think it's going to be a fog effect?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be some sort of fog or steam effect. Something
Well,
that's
it
not
can't
going
be
to.
steam.
Well, it's going to be something that people can't have an allergic reaction to.
That and it can't be hot.
Yeah, so it's got to be like, I don't know. I think it might be like a CO2 blast or something.
Yeah.
It might be something like that. And I hope hope to Christ that they keep this thing alive. It doesn't just, you know, like after a year they're like, dang it.
I think that's why there's multiple.
Yeah, I think if one goes down, they can work on it which is smart if that's how they're going to do this.
Yep.
It's very smart. But I think this is going to be a very thick fog effect. And yeah, how cool, you're just going to pop out into the other side into this whole new environment. And this is where they show right there. And we're going to be walking. This is it right here.
Buckle up.
Yeah. Pull on those yellow safety tabs.
Buckle up. This is gonna
so
be
cool.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be mind blowing. This is the line. I think they show the piece of concept art coming up. I mean that's gonna be it right there. So this right here is the queue. That's the line. Like that's insane.
Is that?
And I'm sure they're gonna have some screen, you know, depth effects going on to make it look bigger than it is. But like, I mean, it already is huge. Like, this is another section of the world that's like, yeah, 50, 60 feet tall.
It's just mind-blowing. Like,
it's nuts.
Like, if it actually like looks like this in the scale of this,
Oh my
you're gonna
God.
get the feeling of like stepping out onto the Star Destroyer of Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And 10 times.
Yeah,
10 times.
This is Universal's Rise of the Resistance moment, which I still think Rise of the Resistance is one of the coolest dark rides out there. I mean, it made me cry when I first went on it. One, because I was extremely tired because we had no sleep, and two, it was just so impressive. Like that scale is so impressive. Walking into the Star Destroyer, going through the pre-shows and everything, and then eventually making your way on the ride, and then going through that whole debacle, and then it's crazy. So I think this is going to be that moment. This is the Star Destroyer moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just, I mean, it's huge. Joshua, yeah, what I was saying, yeah, exactly. It's like you can't even comprehend the scale of this because you already know it's going to be massive. We know it's going to be big just because of how large the show buildings are. It will be projections on bare walls. Well, no, I think this is. If you're talking about this is all going to be practical, because through BioReconstruct's photos earlier on, we were seeing them build the steel of this, like the skeleton that was going in. There's like steel for these round bits. So I think this is all practical. I think the screen will be where the statue off in the distance will be. Mm-hmm. So where we kind of, in the concept art, it shows like we kind of cut around on the left, and we don't go beyond that fountain where the big poster is, where the trial poster is. I think that next room, that will probably be an effect, like a depth effect.
Yeah.
But that room right there, I think that room is totally practical. And yeah, they want to one-up Rise. I believe it. I think the Universal people went on Rise of the Resistance and were very impressed, just like all of us. And we're like, you know what? We can probably do better than this. Like let's try. This is the bar. If we can't match this, then we're missing it. You know, we have to get to that level, and then some if we can. If we can spend more money on this, then great.
Yeah.
But this room is, I mean, it's just, I mean, looking on it right here.
Super, super good.
And it looks like there's some smoke going on in the ceiling there, which might be a fog effect or it might be a projection mapping effect.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you were referring to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disney's in big trouble. Yes, they are.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a bit.
We're gonna talk about that near the end of the stream, but yeah.
Also, real quick for everyone, remember hit that like button.
Oh yes, like buttons would be great. It helps out tremendously, and YouTube loves that in the algorithm.
Yep. Oh.
Joseph, thank you so much for the super chat. I plan to visit ASAP because I want to see the park in its primary form. I fear that most elements will stop working on the Harry Potter ride, similar to Rise of the Resistance. They may have to edit monsters because it's too scary. Yeah, those are possibilities for sure.
Yeah.
But I think Universal, you know, like we've mentioned before, like, and what Carter and I have talked about in private conversations with our friends and stuff is like, I think Universal's thinking of these things because they know. I mean, look what's happening with Tiana's Bayou Adventure lately. You know, you invest with these really sophisticated animatronics, and we all know that they're going to have some issues, and nothing's going to be perfect. But how do you mitigate those problems as much as you can? Right. So I think Universal's learning through other people, and I think they're trying to put as many fail-safes as possible as they can in Epic Universe, so if something does happen, because yeah, there are some very key moments in these big dark rides that, like, I wonder what is the B mode, you know? Right. What if the werewolf in the Monsters Unchained ride doesn't work properly? What is the B mode for that when you're relying on animatronics? So it's going to be interesting, but I do think it's gonna play out well.
Yeah,
I think Universal's done a pretty good job, and same with Disney. I mean, Disney's done a really good job too. The amount of problems that arise, I don't think are as crazy with this kind of technology as you'd expect. You know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
I think it will be fine.
I think it'll be fine.
I don't think people have to worry too much. Of course, in terms of that comment, it's like creative wants to do one thing, right? And they can do every feasibility study under the sun. They can do every industrial engineer model under the sun, but nothing will show what works and what doesn't until you hand it over to operations.
Yep.
And operations will run it and run it and run it, and guest feedback will determine, hey, we got to change this, we got to do this because of our hourly counts are super low. So all of that, those things will play into
for sure,
the later operation of Epic Universe. But we have to remember that they are well into test and adjust right now for this park.
All these attractions are being tested right now. Like they are probably running this moment. They have to run thousands and thousands of cycles. And then, you know, with the Monsters ride, I don't know if they are going to tone down the scariness, because I feel like the scariness is built into it's like built into the hard drive, you know, like it's part of its core. Mm-hmm. So they would have to really change a lot of it if they really wanted to, you know, tone it down. I mean, I don't know. I guess, again, we'll see how scary it really is. It's probably not like I'm going to poop my pants, cry, you know, scary. But I don't think it's going to be as scary as like walking through a haunted house. But I think it's going to be thrilling enough to where, yeah, it'll scare little kids. But I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch over time, because I know there's going to be issues with some of these rides. They're so technologically advanced, it's going to happen. But the question is, can they address those issues, those little hiccups, quickly, you know? You know, like with Tiana's Bayou.
I think it will be fine.
Yeah, like
for
with
the most
Tiana's
part.
Bayou Adventure, it's. I'm wondering what they're doing because the animatronics are having some issues.
I don't know why it just showed a dislike button. Sorry about that, folks. We're using an iPhone, and some iPhone things have like, it has like
I mean,
recognition
hey, some
stuff.
some people probably hate me. So there you go. And the fact that the Wizarding World will probably not have margaritas, I understand.
They better have margaritas.
But did you see the? Says Dylan. Brian said, Dylan, did you see the testing of the Dragon drone? Yes, we're going to talk about that in a little bit later on in the stream because that we all did see that and it's epic. But are we good to move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Let me make sure we are on the. There we go.
I just don't want them to compromise for family friendliness. I don't think they will. I think they're going to stick to their guns. People know that the Monsters ride might be a little too intense for the little kids. Yeah. And like if a parent, it's like parents bringing their kids to, Halloween Horror Nights. I don't go easy on the kids. I scare the crap out of them because it's like, what do you expect? And, I'm not going to sit there and like make a kid pass out or something, but like, if you bring your child into something that you know is going to be scary, you should not be shocked when they get scared. It's like if you go to an R-rated movie that says like there's going to be blood and gore. You wouldn't be shocked that there was blood and gore in a R-rated movie. It says it right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, being a performer at Halloween Horror Nights over the years, like I don't go easy on anybody. But I also don't go beyond, like I know when to stop. But with these rides, you're gonna, if people bring their kids into some of these attractions that they know they're gonna be scary, well, what do you expect?
It's like bringing your kid to a Deadpool movie and then complaining.
Yeah, they said the F word.
It says the F word, like.
Yeah, like
sorry,
it's
you brought him to Deadpool.
Yeah, like it's not Universal's problem. They don't need to tone it down because you don't know how to read a warning sign,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. There's plenty of other things in the park for children and families.
Yep.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon is, Isle of Berk is a perfect world for your kid to enjoy. All the things that world has to offer. Super Nintendo World is a perfect world for those kids to enjoy. I mean, it's just the Monsters ride should be scary to a degree, and I hope that they leave it at that. I really do.
I'm sure they will.
Brady's going to go ahead and pick up his girlfriend from work. Well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, people got to bounce in and out. I get it.
Most likely, we'll still be streaming.
Yeah, we'll be talking for, like, the last one went on for 2 hours. We're going to be streaming for, probably another 2 hours. And again, for those that are watching on the replay, I thank you for listening to us jabber for the next couple hours.
If you haven't yet, hit that like button.
Yeah. Boom. Thumbs up.
And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Hit that button. Down there. Call to action. Let's go.
So here's another shot of the queue. Again, look at that.
Boom.
That is... And you can see where they cut it off. They didn't go all the way. They wanted to cut it off. There's probably going to be some sort of effect.
There's like projection effects.
Yeah. So then it looks like it keeps going, but in reality that's the ceiling. And then that next room over, I believe that next room over will be some sort of screen effect or something. So then it'll hide things out. It's just, this is. I mean, it's going to be towering over us.
Insane. So let's just. I'm just going to play this clip.
That's like
you're going to walk out.
And then boom.
And
right
then
there.
you're just going to, like. I hope this moves.
Oh, that would be cool.
So that's the thing. So the storyline of Battle for the Ministry is you were going to Professor Umbridge's trial.
Yeah, she's on trial for crimes.
Yeah, for crimes
in the Wizarding World.
And you're going to see the trial play out, but it doesn't go according to plan.
In typical Universal fashion.
Typical theme park Universal fashion.
Yep. Something goes wrong.
How do you feel about Umbridge being the villain?
Again, I'm not really familiar with the Harry Potter series, so I'm not really, I don't know, but I mean, it's cool. I'm sure if this is who they picked, then I'm sure she wasn't really the nicest character in the world in the movies or whatever.
No, she's like a Voldemort lackey. And the chat can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not too familiar on Potter lore either.
Does the portrait look like Edward Scissorhands? It just kind of. Who knows? It could be Edward Scissorhands. But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. And there's that piece of concept art.
Okay, now when I looked at this piece of concept art, because so you have people on the left that are queuing, right? They're going through you got probably your Universal Express, your standard, and maybe a single rider. If this has a single rider line, heck yes.
It should.
Oh my god.
It should.
It's gonna be epic. Take a shot every time you hear epic, by the way.
Bet.
But on the other side, people walking out that have clearly done the experience or whatever, I wonder if there's going to be things to explore in here, you know?
There should be.
Like, because it's just so huge that I wonder if there's going to be an opportunity to walk around and explore. Maybe there's a shop or something in there, like I don't know. I feel like there has to be something. The space is just so big.
Massive. I don't necessarily think there might be a shop. I mean, there might be, right? Because there's people roaming about, it seems.
Like, I hope they...
So who knows?
I mean, I hope they let us take our time in here and then take pictures and stuff. They don't have people going, all right, you got to get out of here.
That's what they want to do comparatively to, let's say, Rise. Or they kind of like rush you out of the Star Destroyer.
That pisses me off at Rise of the Resistance. Like when you get into the Star Destroyer, it's such a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that ceiling's like what, 60 feet tall, and yeah, they rush you off to the right hand side. I'm like, well, wait a minute, can I enjoy this for a quick second? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope we can take our time in here.
It would be really cool if those windows were like hotel rooms.
Oh my god!
And they just haven't announced it yet.
Oh, wouldn't that be insane?
$2,000 a night.
Oh, people would pay it. People would pay it.
Yep.
If people are staying at the Grand Floridian, they can afford this.
If I had the money, I would pay it.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on. Let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
I think this is where they start showing the insides of or at least like concept art of what the ride's going to be. Which, in this moment in the video, I believe they're talking about how this is the most impressive attraction that Universal's ever worked on. This is like insane.
This shot is like this transparent ceiling, and we talked about this a little before, but like,
think there's gonna be some like knee fog up there?
I think it's a scrim. I think it's multiple scrim layers, and they project on every single scrim. So it makes the illusion, and I'm just guessing, right? I don't know anything, but I'm just guessing that it's a multiple scrim effect, and they'll project on every scrim to give it that depth, and the final one will be like a mural.
Yeah.
So you have, and by the time you get to the mural, you won't be able to see the ground.
Yeah. That's very possible. Because they're showing all this smoke and something going on. And there she is. There's the villain. Now this is the courtroom. I'm assuming that's where the ride starts out. You're gonna go into these elevators. I don't know if this is like a pre-show moment or if this is boarding the actual ride vehicle.
It's gotta be. I don't know. It's so confusing.
Yeah, there's still so much mystery to this. You know?
We'll see the concept art in a second where it will show us like the vehicle moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This got to be a pre-show. They got to
looks
split
like a
their
pre-show.
people up. Also, if this is what
The costumes
the
look like.
costumes all, or is this just like entertainment?
Yeah.
This is your train conductor of the
Let's say they
land.
have some leftovers from the, or the piece of, or they just trying to figure out what to put in the concept
Yeah.
art. Let's go ahead and continue.
continue.
I love the green, by the way, the green brick. Yeah, the ride system for this is going to be like a mix of an elevator with probably who knows what else. We don't really know too much about this attraction. It's all a big
It's a
mystery.
huge mystery.
And okay, this is what the ride vehicle looks like.
Okay,
So
I will. Yoink.
very Tower of Terror-ish,
Yep.
but it's looking like this thing is attached to some sort of device that can throw it around. And my only gripe about the ride vehicle is that I'm hoping, which I'm probably going to be wrong because I'm just an idiot theme park guy that's just judging things before I read the book. But I hope that it's thrilling even with that top on it. You know, like I just get the sense of it being confined, like you feel safe in that thing. And if it didn't have the roof over it, you'd feel more vulnerable, like on the Monsters ride or on, like even on Harry Potter, The Forbidden Journey, there is a roof over you, but you're not like, it's very tiny. Whereas this, you're like in a bigger
This
vehicle.
is very Tower of Terror.
And I mean, I feel like it's just as large as those vehicles. They're
Yep.
huge. Someone got like a picture of, I think, one of them going down the freeway on the 4.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're massive.
I
So
think it was Alicia Stella
Yeah.
that got that picture.
So I'm like, that's my only concern with it is I hope we feel vulnerable and it stays thrilling, which I think it will be. But that's the only thing. Other than that, the vehicle is just massive.
It's huge. Those. They want to control the sight lines as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And that means this thing's is running so many vehicles
Oh yeah.
that there's another one probably like 2 seconds behind this one.
Well, and I wonder if it's dual load because in that previous concept art they showed multiple like areas to get in. So I wonder if this is like a Rise of Resistance scenario
That would make
where
sense.
which would be awesome for capacity because this is going to be an extremely popular attraction, and if they're able to load people quickly on this, then boom,
Yeah. I think this thing is gonna be. I just don't know what to expect with it.
I don't know either. The Universal creative people just keep saying like this is the best thing we've ever done. This is the most grand thing we've ever done. It's gonna blow your socks off. This thing is like incredible, and I'm like, okay, well.
From this one piece of concept art, chat, what do you guys think of this? Like, what are your guys' thoughts?
What is everyone thinking?
What do you guys think? Because there's a lot of rumors online
And
of
Teja
what
says
this ride system is,
It's
but
basically Spider-Man ride on steroids, which we've heard those rumors as well, that this could be some sort of Spider-Man-esque ride. And I do like here in the concept art, just like in the Monsters ride, no one's wearing 3D glasses. No 3D glasses.
they're listening.
That means that so far in all the concept images that we have seen for Epic Universe, not one attraction uses 3D anything. The only ride that we know will use like an augmented reality thing or a 3D kind of esque thing is Mario Kart. But even then you're in an environment of practicality.
Yeah,
But no 3D.
it's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
Universal is listening to the fans because, you know what? I was done seeing the Jimmy Fallon thing. I was done seeing the Fast and the Furious thing. I don't care for those attractions. I love Universal. I really do. But man, oh man, are those rides not good. Some people love them.
They're terrible.
Yeah, and hey, some people love them.
Terrible.
But I don't like them. And the fact that in Epic Universe they've learned like, okay, we got to go for more of the animatronic thing and the practical thing. I love that. And I'm glad they're spending the money.
Yeah.
Let's see.
A Spider-Man ride, but the cars can go up and down relatively high.
Which that would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
I mean, it looks like they're able to move
From
like
an
this.
engineering perspective,
Oh God. nightmare.
let's look at what a Spider-Man vehicle is, right? So a Spider-Man vehicle is basically a small little version of a Star Tours pod
Yeah.
on a track, right? That's basically what
Yeah.
it is. And for what Joseph is saying, they would have to basically put the Star Tours pod on a track, or maybe not. Maybe
It could be something completely
maybe
different.
it's just a simulator.
No matter what. Well, no, see, I don't think this is a simulator.
Because the building's massive.
There's
And
no way.
we know that from aerials.
Yeah, we're not going into like, we're not going into anything crazy. We're basing all of this talk off of context clues that we can see from aerial photos and everything. We know the building is massive, and there's no way that this is just a simulator. I think this is a tracked experience. I think we're going to be navigating our way through the show building, and this is just one of the scenes. It has to be. There's no other way. I don't know. All I know is that, again, just like the Monsters concept art, this is very ambitious looking. They really want to do a lot going on at once here. Hello, Manny, by the way. I see that you've joined the chat. Let's go ahead and continue. I think this is where they show the animatronic coming up next.
And this is gonna,
Okay, even in the concept art, it shows it like moving.
Yep.
Right there, boom. That is an animatronic.
And we're gonna talk about the animatronic for a bit.
Yeah, well,
I
let it play.
I wish I queued up a video.
Right there. That is not CG. Do it again. That is an animatronic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Epic Universe.
This is the second time now that we've seen. Look at that. That's so fluid. Again, Disney. We're looking at
fluid. It's fast.
We're looking at Disney level kind of stuff here. It's something that we're used to seeing at Disney. This is,
I think there was an effect on it, or maybe not. Maybe it's an actual like LED. That's actually.
there might be an effect or something going on. Maybe on its face there might be some effects going on there. The lighting stuff, since it's out of frame, it might just be an after effect.
But folks, this is an animatronic.
That is not right. That's a good shot.
This right here is
that's real.
This is not CGI. This is not a rendering. When I saw this, my jaw hit the floor.
Oh yeah.
And they don't necessarily say that this is an animated figure in the video. But you look at every other rendering. You look at every other piece of concept art. This thing is in there. Right now, I'm sure.
Real.
Like
now, the background might be some sort of digital whatever to hide to hide the actual scene. But no, this is an animatronic.
And this would be the first sign of animatronics on this scale for a Poddle-based experience, right?
Yeah.
You can say Hagrid. I will argue that
Hagrid's has figures that are very like Small World-esque figures. They're very simple.
Yeah.
The fluffy animatronic moves very. Again, they don't need to be these crazy things because we don't see them for long enough.
Yeah.
Like the fluffy animatronic moves pretty smoothly, but it's not like, again, it's more of like a Small World-esque kind of animatronic figure. This, on the other hand, this is like multiple movements are going on. That's like Kylo Ren,
He's fully getting into it too.
Oh yeah. And it's fast.
It's insane. It's fast, and it's just. And it's exactly like what it would
it's
be.
So good.
Probably like and going back to like this piece of concept art, right? That's this guy.
Yeah. That's him right there. So, I wonder how close we're going to get to some of this, right? I wonder how close the scenery will be to the ride vehicle, because what makes Forbidden Journey really exciting is a lot of those set pieces are right there. So I wonder if they're going to do the same thing here. We know in the Monsters attraction they might be doing a lot of that because it's Kuka, but this, I don't know. I don't know how close some of these animatronics are going to get. Who knows? Maybe, I mean, they move so fluidly, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them jumps into the car.
Universal bringing their animatronic game to the next level.
Yeah.
We've never seen an animatronic besides what they showed us with Wolfman in the last video.
Yeah.
On this scale. So, yeah, they all, with Epic Universe, it's going to make every other Universal animatronic look like a trinket.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a lot of Disney figures. It's going to
rival a lot of them.
Disney does animatronics really well.
Yeah.
And this is going to make Disney get a run for their money when it comes to animated figures.
If they can match that same energy, like, oh my God, there's no stopping them.
Yeah.
And I think, one of the really cool animatronics I do like that Universal's done is the King Kong animatronic at Islands of Adventure. That's a really good animatronic.
It's a really
also
figure.
the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World, a spectacular animatronic, and then the Indominus Rex and T-Rex in Beijing. Really impressive animatronics. So, like we've mentioned in the last video when we were talking about the Monsters World, we know Universal can do this now. Back then, they were trying to match Disney, but I feel like now they're right up there with them. They're level. They're parallel with what they can achieve. And if these are just as smooth, if not smoother and quicker than Disney's, then yeah, they definitely have the one up.
100%.
But super impressive. I mean, the whole thing is super impressive. And again, they didn't really talk too much about the attraction other than it just being the biggest thing that they've ever done. And this is what everything has led up to this. This is the finale for all the Potter things. So we'll go ahead and continue. I think this is near the end of the video anyway.
Yeah, we're getting close.
That's so good. That is so good.
Insane.
Again, some more, imagery of what.
And the Death Eaters, yeah.
This is total, the Wonka Vader. It's like from Willy Wonka. And then this gentleman is just kind of talking about the scale again of the streets of Paris. And then I think they just do like a recap of everything.
They're just recapping of
how much money they've made over the years.
And there's a gift shop, right? So
gift shop at the end.
This little area right here.
That's the exit
that
gift shop.
That is the exit gift shop. I don't know why this is kind of freaking out, so apologies, folks, on that. But
it's just like everything about it is just. I mean, look at it. This is incredible. It really is incredible. I think people are gonna, especially huge Potter fans, are going to tear up when they walk through this.
And that is your fourth and final portal
to
Epic Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic.
Fourth and final portal, fifth and final world, and as a whole, and that is Epic Universe. Before we start moving on to just some other things. Stunning. That is. I'm glad that they saved that one for last because it really is stunning.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's so much detail. I can only imagine what some of the insides of these spaces are going to look like. Words can't describe how much detail is going to be in the Wizarding World. I mean, the Wizarding Worlds that they have already are incredibly impressive. I love the Hogsmeade Village. I remember when they opened that up at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I stepped through that for the first time. I was like, oh my God, this is like the most immersive thing that Universal has ever done.
Yeah. And
I think they did a really good job with the Nintendo world. Nintendo is super immersive as well. There's there's a few little sightline issues there, especially on the secondary level. But I think with Epic Universe, when you build something from the ground up, you can control those sightlines a lot better.
Yep.
And then obviously Diagon Alley, it's just jaw-dropping. I remember walking into Diagon Alley for the first time and just being like, oh my God, like this is we're in it. That we are in the Harry Potter world. I mean, we're living it. And I think it's going to be the same thing with this.
Yeah. It's something that is going to take our breath away, and it's going to... People are not ready. People are not ready for what Potter will do again.
Oh, yeah. Megan says she's going to cry again. Yeah, I think so many people are going to cry. But you're right. I don't think people are ready for what Potter's going to bring.
Yeah.
People underestimate the power of that franchise. There's a few voices on social media that say that they're over it, or like, why do they have to do another Potter thing? Why not? They make a boatload of money off of it.
Yep.
Sure, what is something else cool too? Sure, whatever. But who says that they can't do anything in one of the expansion pads? They might do more, but you got to look at it as at a business side of things. And if you're already making so much money as it is on the Potter stuff, and Potter is one of the biggest franchises, why not just finish it off with one more thing?
Yep.
Look at how much that Harry Potter game made. How many people bought that new Harry Potter game recently?
I bought it.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it yet, but I bought it.
Like, you are kidding yourself if you're trying to convince yourself and others that Harry Potter is not popular. You're full of it. You're not living in reality, because the reality is every time I walk into the Wizarding World, it's freaking slammed. Like, last time I was in Diagon Alley, when I went to Universal Orlando a few months ago, it was packed. It was packed. People were shoulder to shoulder in there, buying up everything. Butterbeer, people taking photos of the butterbeer and taking photos of the dragon and going on the ride and enjoying that, eating up all the wands and just everything about it. I mean, it is a money-making machine. So why wouldn't they continue that?
Why would they want to stop?
Yeah. And, with this last, swing, why not go big?
Yep.
Like, you know what? Yeah, let's build the streets of Paris. Who cares? Let's spend the money. Let's do it. Let's build the most insane attraction we've ever done. I think it's great. And I think it's gonna be a home run.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I said earlier, people that are doubting anything in Epic Universe are not looking at the overall picture and the industry. I mean, look at Disney. Disney does not have anything for Epic Universe for the next couple of years. It's going to be Epic Universe on people's list for the next couple of years. D23 at the time of making this live stream is in a week from today. I will not be doing a live stream that day. Carter and myself are going to be over. We're going to be hanging out with Katie and Spence, and maybe some other friends. We're gonna be watching it. We're gonna have a little get together, but won't be doing it live. But the thing is like Disney's gonna show off some cool stuff. Probably they're probably gonna show some cool stuff.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
Josh tomorrow could stand up there and just smile at everyone, and people would still clap.
And that's probably why we're not going to be doing it live, because...
Oh, there's going to be some choice words. I hope they announce cool stuff. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, those cool things are not going to open in 2025. They're probably not going to open in 2027.
No. We're not going to see those things for a very long time.
So Universal has already gotten the one up. And by the time those things open at Disney World or whatever, Universal might be working on the next big thing for the resort.
Yep.
So you can't deny that Epic Universe is stacked. Every single world in the park is jaw-dropping. How to Train Your Dragon, Super Nintendo World, Harry Potter, and of course Monsters.
Did you see that Disney did another bus wrap?
Oh yeah, they did the bus wrap.
The day they dropped this land, they unveiled another bus wrap.
Lame.
Like, they're doing it on purpose, right?
1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. They know what they're doing, but they don't have anything to talk about. So like bus wrap. What bus wrap was it? Was it like
I think it was like Daisy bus wrap?
Yeah, it's just They're going to
I
announce
want
a
to
new...
use some choice words right now.
Megan said they're going to announce a new bathroom. They probably will announce a new bathroom.
Yep.
I think D23 will be stacked with announcements because here's the thing. They have to talk about something. They cannot go another D23 and be like, this is blue sky. They have to talk about new things that are concrete that they're building, because if they don't, yeah, people are going to be going to Epic Universe.
Well, the thing is, like, they did it before. They announced concrete things at the last D23. It wasn't imagine if. They announced we are getting the Avengers e-ticket, and it's going to be King Thanos. Well, 2 years have gone by, and they haven't put a shovel in the ground.
Yeah. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens these next couple of years.
Yep.
Because Epic Universe is opening in less than a year. We will be in Epic Universe this time next year. Like we would maybe a couple times by then.
Yep.
We would have already been going on all these rides. Like, let that sink in. That's another reality that I think that's a pill that people need to swallow. We'll already be in Epic Universe. I will be enjoying a meal at one of the restaurants in Celestial Park. I will be enjoying the attractions in the Monsters world.
Yep.
You know, it's going to be happening. And yeah, I'll still visit Walt Disney World and Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. Like, I still love Disney, but I'm not blind to the fact that they dropped the ball a few years ago, and they should have had things open around the same time Epic Universe is getting ready to open. Why wouldn't you have things open for Epic Universe?
Did Disney think that announcement was going to combat the Epic Universe? Epic announcement?
Grow the delusion. I don't think they think that an announcement of a bus wrap is going to overshadow Epic Universe. I think they just needed to announce something because they just need to have something, whether it be a bus wrap or a new candy bar, or, you know, they clean the toilet seat. You know, like they need to say something.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, then it's like they're letting the limelight. You know, then people like us, they talk about Disney. They're like, oh, Disney, by the way, it's a great way for people to talk about Disney, but man, oh man, how do you have to build something insane to compete with this.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wizarding World alone. I mean, it's just insane.
Cool.
You can also play some of the other worlds too.
I was going to play the flyover.
Oh, this is the fly. Yeah,
I just had to mute it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the chat here. Epic Universe will never recover from that bus. Yeah, I know. Universal shake it in their boots. And you know, I'm not trying to be this like Universal shill, right? Like some people accuse me of being like, "Oh, you're just a Universal shill. You're just whatever." Trust me, I'm not paid by Universal in any way to sit there and say that all this is amazing, and nor I am with Disney or any other theme park company. I just call it like I see it, and I think that this is incredible. Hands down. There is nothing that, you know, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is the latest thing that Disney has pushed out to the public. And is Tiana's Bayou Adventure neat? Of course.
It doesn't work.
But it doesn't work right now. They're having issues with the animatronics. It's just a reskin of an attraction that's already existing. You cannot convince me that that is going to be the shining star up against this. There's no way. There's no way. I'm just real about this stuff, and you know, and that's with anything, even with like roller coasters and stuff. Like, you know, Fast and the Furious is being built right now at Universal Studios Hollywood, and Six Flags might be building a possible new roller coaster. We're not really sure yet, but based on the marketing clues, it might be some sort of thrill ride, and you know, Six Flags Magic Mountain likes building roller coasters. If Magic Mountain's got a cooler looking roller coaster than the Fast and the Furious one, I'm going to say that the Fast and the Furious one is not as cool as the Magic Mountain one. Like, it's just, it is what it is. There's like this weird thing going, I don't know if you've noticed it, Carter, on like, especially on X and stuff, but there's this weird thing going on with not a lot of people in the Disney community, but some in the Disney community that are like defending Disney so much so that it seems like they know the inevitable Like they know the inevitability of what this is gonna cause.
Yeah, it's like Thanos.
Yeah, like they know it's over. Like Disney should have had something open in time for Epic Universe, and they didn't. They don't think that Epic Universe is a threat, but it is. It is going to take away a day from Disney. Why would I go to Hollywood Studios versus Epic Universe? You know? Try to slow it down or loop it. Oh. Like down in the comments right now, which park are you going to choose? Hollywood Studios or Epic Universe? Which one are you going to go to? I guarantee everyone's going to say Epic Universe.
I'm actually super curious about what people are going to say. I actually want to do a couple of different ratings with the chat, like with different things.
Joseph, thank you so much for the super chat. Universal's doing a lot more exciting things at the moment, and that's just the truth. I love Disney too, but Universal's on the upward trajectory. Exactly. It's not like we hate Disney, but Disney's not doing anything for me to jump up and down with. The Country Bear Jamboree, oh boy, it's cool.
Do not get me started.
It's neat. Whatever. I'm glad that it's. Well, I'm glad it's still around. I mean, I will give it that.
I'm super happy the Bears are still around.
I'm glad it's still around. Is it cringy? Yes.
It's so
super
cringy. I have no problem with I have no problem with most of the songs. Try Everything though.
Stupid.
It is, and the fact they used that for all the marketing. When I saw that, that was a travesty. And you knew, I know, I actually don't like no, but I know, like, Imagineering probably didn't want to put that in.
No.
But the executives, putting their finger in everything, said, you have to put this on.
We need all the IP we could possibly fit in this thing. It's like, no. I'm glad the Bears are around, but yeah, again, you got Country Bear Jamboree, Communicore Hall, lame, and then you have the Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That's it. There's really not, and then you got a bunch of cruise ships. There's nothing like this. There's nothing like the classic Monsters World, like Dark Universe. There's nothing like Super Nintendo World or How to Train Your Dragon, or even Celestial Park.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, Epic for sure. Definitely coming to Epic.
He got the Beetlejuice sign.
Wait, what?
Tingya said All Sweet Halloween opened this weekend, and they got the Beetlejuice sign because they asked the last stream when I got the Beetlejuice sign.
Spirit Halloween for the win. I'm so
Spirit.
Happy Halloween, everyone. It is Halloween. It's no longer summer. I've been drinking pumpkin spice lattes and everything. It's gonna be good. Do you think they're gonna decorate Epic Universe for the holidays?
Not for the shield.
Not for the first, but do you think over time they will?
Yeah. I think they'll. As long.
Okay, if they deck this world out for the holidays, like Christmas time, that's gonna look beautiful.
Yeah, it's good. They put Golan on everything and stuff. I don't think for the full shield. Yeah. If it's super, it's gonna. If Epic, if the rumor is true, and Epic is gonna be tough to get into for the first couple months / year, I don't think they're gonna do anything special for the holidays with Epic. I think they're just gonna do Epic as Epic, and then later on they will do holiday overlays.
Yeah.
And that's for all the lands, right? Because we know from Japan, it's like Super Nintendo World, they have a holiday overlay for Nintendo and in Japan, and I think they're doing something for Halloween this year with Japan. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But, yeah, I'm super curious about what they're going to do for holidays later on. Because I'm sure they're going to do something. Giant Christmas trees and Celestial Park and stuff.
I don't know, man. This theme park looks so cool. Everything about it.
Everything about it.
And we were talking about this the other day. I think the day that this video got released to the public was just when you think of Epic Universe as a whole, like everything that's in it, it's just like I said earlier, they're all bangers. They're
Truly.
all just like look at let's go world by world. Let's start with How to Train Your Dragon. You got the Untrainable show. That's going to be so popular with people. And then you got the coaster, which will be fun for the kids. You got the other flat ride there, the Gerstlauer spinning flat ride. And then you have the incredible dining experiences. And then you have the incredible environment. Again, another environment that is just next level. The kineticism with the water and the attractions going around. I'm sure there's some interactive elements in How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon is a great world. And then you go over to Super Nintendo World, and we already know how Super Nintendo World is going to be. So that's another one people have been like, oh, we've already seen Super Nintendo World, whatever. I'm like,
No, you haven't.
you haven't. Like,
Because if you say that you saw Super Nintendo World in Hollywood,
you haven't seen all of Super Nintendo World.
I've been to Japan,
Yeah.
and I can tell, I've been to the Super Nintendo World out there. It is so different. It is so different from its design. It's so different from its execution. It's just different, and this one's going to be the biggest that Universal has built to date.
And no, I have not booked my hotel yet, by the way. Yeah, it's the biggest to date, and we haven't even seen Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong alone.
So, like, what are people talking about? And, like, what, you're saying that the billions of people that live on the planet have already seen Super Nintendo World? Okay, whatever. Like, people are just, like, they're not paying attention.
Yeah. I'm super curious in the chat, if you guys can rank your 1 to 5, including Celestial Park, what is your most anticipated...
That's a good one. Most anticipated world.
Anticipated world for Epic Universe, 1 to 5. I'm super curious on what you guys will think.
1 being the most anticipated, 5 being the least anticipated.
Yeah, and after we get a couple in, I think let's
do ours.
drop ours,
Yeah, so again, just for those that are not really sure, the worlds are Celestial Park, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, what we just talked about. There's 5 in total. 4 with, that are like separate from the hub.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 to 5. And yeah, then moving to Dark Universe, like, that ride's going to be insane too. The environment is stunning. I think everything about the park, the Celestial Park too, the restaurants and everything. I'm excited about some of the restaurants. I'm excited to explore some of like the waterway areas. I don't know. Everything about this park is a home run, and I think they're going to make a lot of money. The Kronos is a little odd looking, but we'll take it.
Some of the things about the park is a little odd looking.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to make so much money, though, and they're going to see the return of investment on this, because they've been spending a lot of money on this theme park, like multiple billions of dollars. And I think they're going to see this quick.
So I want to ask you this as they come in on the chat. Keep if you're just tuning in, which if you all, we just talked about all of Ministry of Magic for Wizarding World of Harry Potter for Epic Universe. Go back in the stream, watch that, recap it if you want to. But if you want to stay with us, we're talking about what is your most anticipated lands coming to Epic Universe. 1 to 4, 1 to 5.
Yeah, 1 to 5.
Celestial Park, Wizarding World, Nintendo, Dark Universe, or Dragons. Let us know in the chat, and we'll let you know after we read a couple of your guys's. And then this thing is just gonna be incredible. From concept to what we got in 2019 to completion of what we're gonna get in 2025, it's
true to what they said they were going to do.
Yep.
It's not like, I keep bringing up that D23 panel where they, Bob Chapek showed off that double-decker observation thing for Epcot, and then we ended up getting what we got. It's like, no, what Universal has shown off is exactly what we got. Do you want to start off with your
Sure. Let's.
with your rankings?
I'm gonna switch us over.
Some are saying Harry Potter for their number one, Dark Universe, Monsters, Isle of Berk for their number one. That's a good one. Yeah, Isle of Berk is great. Isle of Berk is very pretty, and I think that kineticism with the water really does something. I mean, it's just gorgeous. But go ahead and.
So Megan said Harry Potter, Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, Nintendo, and Celestial Park. I think Celestial will be on the bottom of everyone's, just because. Oh wait, no, I see. Reg says
number 2. Well, Joseph says Celestial Park is number 2.
Wow, yeah. Because you get Stardust Racers.
You get Stardust Racers now.
I'm gonna have to get used to saying that, Dylan. Not Starfall. Rip. Starfall. But, yeah, a lot of interesting lineups. A lot of people are saying Dark Universe for the number one.
And for those that don't know Celestial Park, because I know Megan just said I don't really know too much about Celestial. Yeah, we don't really know too much about, all the worlds, respectively. But Celestial Park is going to have 3 attractions. There's technically 2 roller coasters and a carousel, and then Universal's saying that they're counting the splash pad as an attraction. I'm not going to, but there is a splash pad the kids can play around in. But there's 1 carousel and 2 roller coasters. The Stardust Racers, it's not a like Mobius design. They're 2 separate roller coasters. So that's 2 credits for my coaster nerds that are watching.
That's what and we will get into this next. But okay, so all ratings. What do you think? Do you want me to go first? You want to go first?
We can go one at a time. So okay. What's your number 1?
My number 1, Dark Universe.
I would agree. Because I'm such a big Halloween guy and monsters and stuff. Yeah, Dark Universe, number 1 most anticipated.
Yeah, that I think it's the most. Not saying that Potter isn't, not saying that Dragons isn't.
No.
Not saying Nintendo definitely isn't, but Dark Universe for me is the most ambitious and most creative land that they are attempting to do for this.
Yeah.
And it's the one that implies the most risk for them. On paper.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm definitely super excited for Dark Universe. And the attraction, I'm so hyped.
Oh my god.
For Monsters Unchained.
Ride,
I cannot describe how excited I am for Monsters Unchained. Sorry if I peeked out there for a bit, guys.
Yeah, that ride is gonna be. I don't know. From what we've seen, from what they've been showing us, it looks like that ride's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree. Number 1, boom, right there. Dark Universe.
Number 2.
What's your number 2?
That's tough.
It's hard. All the lands are great.
Probably.
Yeah, nothing like Dark Universe has ever been done before. Yeah, exactly. Joseph, thank you so much for the super chat. Monsters Unchained is going to kick my butt. Yes.
I wish I
so
tried
too.
to get it working, but I tried. So I have a little stream deck here, and that's how I'm switching scenes to make it easier. I tried to get a little bleep button.
Oh, that'd have been funny.
So we can. It wasn't working, but.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for the super chat.
Yeah. My number 2. We should have did it in reverse. My number 2 is probably going to be. I'm gonna.
You want me to say mine?
Yeah, you say yours.
Mine's Potter. Potter because, it's right up there with Monsters only because of the scale. I just want to see that scale in person. I'm so excited to see, all the little details here and there. The ride itself, Harry Potter has to be up there. So I think but it doesn't. But for me, it doesn't overstep Monsters. I feel like it's there beside it, but I have to put it as number 2. So number 2 would be Harry Potter.
I'm gonna actually surprise some people, I think. I'm gonna go Celestial.
Hey, that's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Bring out that Thuzy in me.
Because that's my number 3.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's Dylan's number 3. We're gonna roll right into it. Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 3, would be Celestial Park.
Okay.
Celestial Park's great because, like I said, it has the attractions, but I think, like, I love sitting down and having a nice meal, especially if I'm at a park that I enjoy. Like, for instance, Animal Kingdom. I love Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is a beautiful theme park, and we're going to see them ruin it at D23. But Animal Kingdom is great because there's so much to the park that is so beautiful. But I love sitting down at Nomad Lounge and having a bite to eat, having a cocktail, and enjoying the river and that. And I think Celestial Park is going to have a lot of that. I think Celestial Park is going to be the Nomad Lounge, but the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much. There's so much greenery and water and
dust race.
And you're going to see the coaster. And
the splash pad. Don't forget about
the splash pad. They don't want us to forget the splash pad.
I'm kidding.
But what is that? What's the splash pad called again?
I forget. We'd have to look. Hold on.
I think it's called like Astronomica. The Necronomicon from Evil Dead. I don't know. I think they say it in this.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, there you go.
Hold on. I'm going to turn on captions. Let me. Boop.
I mean, yeah. Here's. Can they see this?
Yeah, they can see this right now.
I mean, yeah. The Celestial Park's just beautiful. Look at that carousel building. Stunning.
No, I think
Necronomicon is from Evil Dead, but
this thing.
Astronomica. Okay, yeah, Astronomica. Yeah, they want it to be like an attraction, but I'm like, it's not really an attraction, but whatever.
That's like a Six Flags park saying a Larson Looper is a.
Oh God, I will never go on a Larson Looper. Screw those things. Ron, thank you so much for the super chat. Disney Annual Pass Fund installment. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I actually might put that towards the Walt Disney World Annual Pass Fund. Because I don't know. There's just really nothing at Disneyland. I'd rather be at Walt Disney World because, like I was just saying, Nomad Lounge, Animal Kingdom itself, Epcot, it's still one of my favorite parks. It's just I want to go back on Tron. I need to go on Tron, and I might as well hit up Tiana's Bayou Adventure there too.
So my third.
So yeah, what's your third? The hotel. The hotels look sick.
My third is gonna be, I think.
Oh,
fire!
Someone's getting lit.
My third is probably gonna be Nintendo.
Okay, yeah, Nintendo. That is going to be, I believe, my fourth would be Nintendo.
We're just going right into it. Why?
Nintendo is my fourth just because...
Oh, wait. My third. Nintendo's my third because of Donkey Kong. It would go, if we didn't have Donkey Kong at opening, it would be much, much lower.
See, for me, it's almost like, I feel like Celestial Park and Nintendo are almost a tie just because they each have something super unique to them. Don't get me wrong, Nintendo's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to do videos with my friend Kenny. You know Kenny.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh yeah, we gotta hit up Nintendo World out at Epic University. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nintendo World's going to be incredible. Yeah. But for me, I think I just have to put it at number 4.
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
4 for me is gonna be Potter.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. And I think the reason for this, right, is because I am going to remain, even though I'm very hyped about it, Everything that we talked about today, I'm very excited for. I'm
Cautiously
very,
optimistic.
very cautiously optimistic about Poddle. Just on the, and I texted you this. This was my first initial reaction to Poddle when I first saw the announcement video, and that was, it's so ambitious and it's so crazy. I'll believe it when I see it.
That's very true.
You can show me every piece of concept art. You can show me every piece of. It is so wild what they want to do that I'm gonna put it. I am super, and also like the concept art, everything that we've seen right now, just feels fine with Poddle. It's not like the chimney thing that I was talking about earlier. We don't see any of that. This like mystique and wonder. I think the land will have that because every Poddle land up to this point has that. I do think it will have that, but everything that we've seen, I just have to be cautiously optimistic about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be incredible. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible.
It's super valid because they really didn't show much of anything about the attraction. The attraction is still a huge mystery. They showed us the animatronic and the one piece of concept art.
Yep.
That was it. The rest of it, they just showed some B-roll footage from the films. So like we really don't know much. For me, it's just higher just because I think the scale is just going to be. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, and I think the reason I rate it so not low.
Everything's great.
Everything looks fantastic, but
Yeah.
the attraction definitely makes me nervous because I'm just worried about screens. It's something that we've seen with.
Yeah.
You don't have to do 3D, but there could be a lot of screens still.
Yep.
And with the scale and the ambition that they're going, I have a feeling that this is the attraction that will use a lot of screens. Will it use screens to the effect that it will rely on screens when it needs to and it won't when it doesn't need to? I think that's going to be really exciting. But I'm just staying cautiously optimistic about Poddle itself.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph, for the super chat. I want to know what it's in the launch tunnel on Stardust Racers. I would love to know what's in that launch tunnel as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fog and maybe some lighting effects.
Fiber optics, hopefully.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some really crazy things happening in that launch tunnel. We do know there's onboard audio at Stardust Racers, so that's going to be really cool. But yeah, I'm betting some fog and some lighting effects. Is Tron still rocking a virtual queue? Yes, Tron is still rocking a virtual queue because, that totally makes sense. That would be an easy win at D23. No more virtual queue for Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy. They won't because they don't care about us.
It also pushes Lightning Link sales.
Yeah, they want to make money. And then for me, it would be How to Train Your Dragon at the end, respectively. Though this is what's hard about all the worlds at Epic Universe. They're all beautiful. Every single one of them has something that I want to do. Yeah. Every single one of them is just, I can't wait. That's why, like earlier, I was saying, I don't know where people are going to run to first. I don't know how the crowd's going to go.
I honestly don't know where I should have put Dragons. It was kind of a toss-up between Nintendo and Dragons. And I think it's going to be good. It's for the kids, right? That land is for the kids. The ride's for the kids.
It's a Toon Town.
The most excited I am for that land is the environment on the initial entry, and then Untrainable. I'm super excited to see Untrainable in person and in English, so I can understand what's happening. But I'm very, very excited for Untrainable. Speaking of dragons,
that's the perfect segue.
Pull that up real quick.
Yeah, so just the other day, someone caught some footage of some drone flying around Epic Universe, and it was a dragon. And in the concept art and in the press releases from Universal, they've made it very clear.
Did you retweet it?
Yes. they've made it very clear that they want to have flying dragons. Now, we don't know if this is just a media day only thing or if this is going to be a permanent show. There it is right there. It's very hard to see. We might have to zoom in or something because the person that was filming this didn't zoom in for some reason. But that, I don't know if, can they see this on the screen?
Yeah, they can see it.
There it is right there. That is, again, that is the definition of epic.
It's insane.
If they're gonna do this, and this is just like a show throughout the day, you know, like once or twice a day they have a dragon flying show or something. OMG.
It does like a flip too, I think. Like it
really?
Does, yeah, it like goes up and does something like insane, and I was like, okay.
Because yeah, again, it's really hard to tell because this is like, but clearly a dragon.
Yeah, it's definitely flying around the land.
Yeah, and it's just, and we do know that they have a large slab of concrete next to the theater show, which usually those large slabs of concrete mean like those are like drone landing areas. And the land is designed, like there's plenty of space around it to do something like this to where like, you know, obviously something like this wouldn't fall on guests because that would definitely be a big L.
Yeah, oh no, it doesn't do it. I'm on. Hee hee.
But I mean that, you know, 2012, remember Disney did their
Yep.
dragon thing. They hooked up some balloons or whatever to it and flew it during a media event over the new Fantasyland. But
and then we never saw it again.
Yep, and we never saw it again. But just like what Joseph is saying right now, imagine walking into the land and seeing the dragons off in the distance. That is going to be mind-blowing. Especially to little kids. Like, what do you think the little kids are going to... Little kids are going to be, like, just flabbergasted. Like, if you've ever been to California Adventure and seen the Spider-Man show, when they fling that animatronic over into the backstage area, it really is magical. You know, the kids... It is a great showcase of magic because it really does look like your favorite superheroes flying through the air, you know? And, okay, that's the 2012
they
dragon.
Can't see it yet.
Carter's
I don't
pulling
wanna
up. Oh, yeah,
pull up
screw that
inside
website. Yeah, the Spider-Man thing is pure Disney magic at its finest. This is that same level. It's that same energy. And if they can do this throughout the day,
Yep.
as like a free little show, as just ambience, like, this is like, dude.
So the story behind this is, I don't know like the full story, but the story behind this is this was a one-time thing for a media event for New Fantasyland, and then we never saw it again.
Nope. That was it.
And then, but they did say at one point this was gonna be a thing like every day.
Well, and if you go on the Universal website, the Epic Universe website,
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
they say like in the How to Train Your Dragon section of the website that you're gonna see like dragons flying overhead. So yeah, if they pull this off, that they can do this on a daily, you know, granted with weather, because the Florida weather can get a little dicey. If they're able to do this often, that's a huge win. Huge win for How to Train Your Dragon and the overall atmosphere of the park. Even just like walking around Celestial Park, being able to see dragons flying off in the distance. I mean, that's just going to be insane. I think you have to go to Universal Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be better than Disney's Flying Water Kite Show they tried. the kite show is whatever.
Kite Tails was great.
It's not.
Kite Tails was.
It was whatever.
Was it Kite Tails? What was it?
Kite Tails. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was called. It was whatever. Disney Imagineering is shaking in their boots. You know what's funny is a lot of the Disney Imagineers that used to be at Disney are now working for Universal.
I don't think so much Imagineering is shaking in their boots.
Boots.
So, the people that are shaking the booths are the executives.
Yeah, the Imagineers I feel like want to do all this stuff, and they probably can and then some. The Imagineers, they're like, yeah, no, we could do this. Just give us the money, but the executives just don't want to do it.
They're like, no, we're good.
The Entrainable Dragon show is going to be the sleeper hit of the land, I think. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that show is going to be super fun. Now there should be a portion of this website where they show like little.
Okay, let's see here. Details.
Experience, Untrainable Dragon, okay. Thrills. Okay. Keep going. Okay, scroll down. What's that say right there up in that with that orange?
Meet Hiccup and Toothless.
Yeah, see, you catch a glimpse of dragons flying high above the village.
That's
So, there you go. They want.
They did it.
They want to do this. This is. I feel like this is not a media thing. They want to do this on the daily. This is a show, probably like a 5-minute thing, because I don't know how long
And
these
look
drones
at the
can
title.
last. Yeah, Vikings in the village and dragons in the sky. Meet Hiccup and Toothless at the Haddock Paddock. Stroll around Burke, and you may meet some of your favorite Vikings and dragons. You may even catch a glimpse of dragons flying high above the village. And then in a small print there, it just says images and artistic conceptual rendering. So,
Get details.
dude. And then we have that video of the dragon flying around. Heck yeah. What does it say right there?
The Viking village features 30 animated static dragons representing 17 unique dragon species throughout the world.
Yeah, so there's probably like, what, a dozen ones that are moving, and then the rest of them are static.
Yep.
And then they're going to have some flying through the air.
Yep.
Dude, how can you not? Like, the entire park is stacked. The entire park is stacked. I don't... move... Yeah, Communicore Hall, that was great.
That was wonderful.
That was awesome.
Move aside.
Get ready. Can't wait to have a hot chocolate in Communicore Hall. Screw you, How to Train Your Dragon.
Let's talk about D23 at Disney for a second.
Yeah. Well, just to give you guys, for those that are watching, thank you so much that have been sticking through us through this stream the whole entire time. I know it's a lot. It's a very long stream. Again, really rare on the channel. I don't really do too many of these. So thank you to everyone that has given the super chat already and hit the like button and have shared this stream. It really does mean the world to me. We're gonna talk about D23 for a little bit, and then maybe we'll talk about one other thing, and then we'll transition to the closeout here. But yeah, I mean it's this theme park is just going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I cannot wait to step foot in this. I'm going to be in Orlando for like 8 months, just enjoying all of the Epic Universe stuff. Let me go back to the chat here. Thank you all for the stream. Again, thank you. And for those that are watching on the replay, I know this is very long, but this is just the best format to do this in versus an edited video. That very first one I did with Dark Universe, that was a monumental task. So it's just easier to do it this way, and then it's easier for me to interact with all of you. But hello, Brian. Thanks for joining the chat. You could have a set of 3 to 4 dragons flying around every 20 or 30 minutes. Yeah, I think that's how they're going to do it. I think there's probably going to be designated times throughout the day where they will do this show. I don't know if they're going to do it continuously, but there's probably going to be like every like couple hours they'll do a dragon flying show. As a customer, more choice is better for us, so let's go Universal. I'm not a stockholder in either company, so couldn't give a flip who makes more money. Exactly. Like it all comes down to who's going to be offering more for the time. In a couple years, Disney can open up a bunch of attractions. I'm sure that's what they're going to talk about at D23.
Oh yeah.
And that's cool, and we'll get all hyped and excited for those attractions too. But for right now, in this moment, Disney's not offering what Epic Universe is going to be offering.
No.
Universal's delivering at a far faster pace than what Disney is right now.
They're delivering so much for the guests to do.
Yeah.
And so they're giving people so much of a reason to come and spend as much time on Universal property as possible. Disney's delivering stuff like Communico Hall.
Yeah, you don't need a reservation to go to a Universal park. You get perks by staying at some of their most expensive hotels. You get a Universal Express pass every time you're there. So like, there's more perks right now at Universal property than there is at Disney. Disney's great now, and it's they have their pros, but there are things right now that people would rather do at Universal, and it's rightfully so.
Yeah.
But let's. Do we get a troll comment?
Not a troll comment.
Oh, just something crazy.
Yeah. Not too
whatever.
Crazy. Yeah.
D23.
Yeah.
Really quick. It's gonna be weird. It's a make or break.
Yeah. I really hope they say some stuff that will get us really excited and make announcements, and within 6 months, ground is broken on those announcements, and things are happening, things are moving, but as it is right now, I have no faith.
Yeah, it's hard to have faith because the past couple of years they've just been dropping the ball.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe them. They'll probably show us something insane, but are we going to believe it? Are they going to build it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this just all fluff, smoke and mirrors, an illusion? I don't know. This is a make or break, and I think Josh Tomorrow knows that too.
Yep.
I think Josh Tomorrow at the end of the day, some of these executives, they don't really care about this stuff, but I think in this moment they do, because no matter how high on the mountain you are, you can see Epic Universe. Epic Universe is climbing that mountain right there. Universal as a whole is doing a lot, and it's not just Epic Universe. It's the Horror Unleashed attraction in Las Vegas. Yeah. It's the Universal Kids Park in Texas, and it's the possible Universal Great Britain project. Mm-hmm. It's not just Epic Universe. There are multiple projects that Universal is working on right now. Shovels in the ground. They're building. I think the only thing they're not really building right now is the Great Britain Park. Mm-hmm. But they're moving through the litigation that they need to get through in order to build the theme park. Mm-hmm. So Disney's not, the only thing Disney's building is cruise ships. And it seems like they're neglecting their theme park business. They're going to whatever's going to be making them more money. They see the cruise ship business is making them a lot of money. And I get it, but at the same time, it's you can't neglect your theme park business. And I hope they don't.
Yeah. Disneyland is going to bank on Disneyland Forward, but it's going to be 30 year. It's a 30-year project. Yeah. Disneyland Forward is a zoning project.
I see what you're doing.
Not forget that. Let's not forget that Disneyland Forward is a zoning project first, and whatever they can bring because of that zoning project is second. Just because Disneyland Forward got approved doesn't mean they're going to do anything with Disneyland Forward. They say they have to invest a certain amount of capital into Disneyland over the next 10 years. That really doesn't mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, because that's just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. And what Carter was saying earlier, even with the Wizarding World, thing, this is real. This is tangible.
Right.
What we've been seeing and what we've been talking about in today's live stream is not some pipe dream, blue sky thing. No, this is built.
I think
BioReconstruct has a bunch of new photos that just came out. Shout out to BioReconstruct on X. This is all real. This is not blue sky. This is not maybe or whatever.
This is Donkey Kong.
Yeah, right. Oh wow, look at that statue. Right there. That is the Donkey Kong coaster. Can they see this?
Yeah, they can see this.
Yeah, this is the Donkey Kong coaster. That is real. That's not some piece of concept art. This will be open in less than 12 months. We will all be riding this in less than 12 months.
Just look at it. Like, look at all the detail.
They announced the Avengers e-ticket ride in 2019,
That would be 6 years.
and we're still not on it. They still haven't even started construction. Give me a break. So that's why, yeah, it's hard to really have faith in Disney right now, and this is why Disney has to really deliver. I think there is some pictures of Wizarding World if you keep scrolling down. Yeah, they're
Parking tolls.
because I remember seeing them.
Stuff. I'm gonna change cameras.
I remember seeing them not too long
here we
ago.
go. What is this?
That's How to Train Your Dragon. Keep going.
Talk to the people while I
Yeah,
try to find this.
I think if you guys haven't seen my D23 prediction video, in that video I talked about some of the possible announcements, and I think a lot of those possibilities could be true. But again, it's just are they going to build it? Are they going to go through with it? Are they going to spend the money? Remember that $60 billion that they said, oh, that we're going to turbocharge the industry with this. The $60 billion is not all the capital that is going into the theme parks. Mm-hmm. It's like less than 20 billion. Like it's even smaller. So it's not going to be a lot, I don't think, that actually ends up getting built. I think a lot of it's going to be in phases. I've been hearing rumors that people are talking about like the Beyond Big Thunder Mountain thing and the Animal Kingdom thing being in multiple phases. And I'm like, multiple phases? No, let's just open this thing at once. Let's just open it. Just get it all done and open it. You have a brand new theme park down the road from your competitor that is opening up with 12 rides. 12 things that we can get on and ride.
Don't worry, Dylan. They got a new short.
That's right. They got this Stitch shirt. It's like stupid. It's just, this is what frustrates me about Disney is I know they can do better. I don't know why. I feel like they're just resting on their laurels. They just know that people are still going to come anyway. And I don't know.
Is that water?
It's from a storm.
Oh.
But they've filled it up with water before. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting D23. If you're not attending D23, watch the panel live like we are on Saturday. Because it is going to, I'm going to be going through it. I think I'm going to need a cocktail because it's either going to be a lot of OMG, this is incredible, or it's going to, there you go. Or it's going to be a lot of like, wow, that was stupid. So this is what the Wizarding World looks like right now. Look at that. And look at the size of the people on the scaffolding. The people in yellow, or the highlighter yellow.
I definitely would say that the Wizarding World is the furthest behind, probably, than compared to everything else.
In some aspects, yeah.
But
I think it's just because there's so many little details they have to put on the building faces. Yes, and it's the reason why I won't be renewing my key. Too many unfulfilled promises and way too slow to deliver on anything. It's the reason why
there's a ton of people not renewing.
Yeah, it's the reason why I'm not renewing at Disneyland. At Walt Disney World, sure, there's a lot for me to do at Walt Disney World because I am a crazy person and I could find a lot to do, but I can understand why a family doesn't want to go back again. And same thing at Disneyland. It's the reason why, I've done everything at Disneyland. I'm ready for some new stuff. You should live stream the panel. I thought about it, but I just don't. I don't want to do it. There's going to be a lot that is said that is probably not family friendly. I don't want to go through it. But
I'm gonna have to get a real big bleep button for that.
Oh yeah. Here's a shot of this is
maybe we'll do a recap.
Yeah, we'll do a recap maybe. But
when we get it all out of our system.
I just want to enjoy the night.
I don't know why.
Get hyped, and then maybe get disappointed. Let's hope they actually announce something this time and not just give us stuff they could do. Yeah, exactly. But again, look at how big the people are compared to the buildings around them. I mean, this is just. Is there another photo? I think there's a couple more.
This is the show. I just wanted to show.
Oh yeah, that's the
this
circus
is the
tent.
Show and the circus tent that they showed us in the video. You can see how the building will be used for the show,
yeah.
And that will be like the queue as well. Another great shot at
It's just beautiful.
how gorgeous the buildings are. I love.
I mean, that's what's taking forever. Look at all of the detail. Making each of those buildings slightly different, like giving them their own personality. Look at the architecture on what will be the entrance to the Ministry of Magic ride. It's just, yeah, this is next level stuff.
It's
next level.
Really, really cool.
Let's see, is there,
Ooh.
Halloween!
Did I scroll down too far? No. Okay. Oh, Little Boo. I need another Little Boo
Thing. Little Boo's amazing.
Little Boo is the icon. He's great.
Yeah, no, it's epic. It really is. It's epic.
Oh, this is not.
It's the parade. But yeah, anyways, that was the Ministry of Magic, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, coming to the Epic Universe, opening up with the park, the other 5 worlds, the other 11 rides. I can't wait. I can't wait. I am so excited for this. I haven't been excited for like a bunch of theme park stuff like this in a long time on this scale. And it's been a long time since we've seen something like this. The last big major park to open up in the United States was California Adventure. And California Adventure, unfortunately, was a disappointment when it opened up. So the fact that we're getting something that I just feel like is not going to be a disappointment is great. And I say that only because it seems like everything that they've chosen for this park, we already know is going to be like good. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be like some sort of that sucked. No, I think they've learned a lot over the years. I think Universal was very careful in why they picked these IPs, and I can't wait. I think Carter feels the same way.
Yeah, I cannot. The thing is with Epic Universe, it's we have not seen something like this on the scale in the United States in really since Islands. I would throw it back to Islands.
Yeah, because this is like insane.
I'm gonna ask one more question before we close out, and this is a longevity question of Epic Universe. How do you think it will age?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Islands does not age great.
Yeah, there's some aspects of Islands of Adventure that have not aged well. Toon Lagoon being one of them. Toon Lagoon did not age well. Seuss Landing is like
hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss. I feel like Seuss is still pretty popular, but yeah, that's another one that Marvel's still kicking. Jurassic Park obviously still doing really well. Harry Potter's still doing really well. I think the entrance statement's doing really well too because it's just original, doesn't really have a timeline.
Yeah. Celestial is going to be
Celestial
same thing.
Will be timeless.
Yep.
I think overall it will age better than Islands. Yeah. Because I think everything in the park is damn near close to timeless. Like Harry Potter's been around for a while now, and I don't see a slowing in Harry Potter. Even if I think the Harry Potter thing will continue to live on for a long, long time. Thumbs up.
Why?
Nintendo, same thing. I think Nintendo is pretty darn timeless. Classic Monsters have been around for 100 years. I think
the only thing that will change in terms of the look of Classic Monsters is, again, the look of Classic Monsters.
Sure.
It could look out of date in the next 30 years if they decide to go a different direction. I don't think that will be necessarily a problem because of, you see how they're using Classic Monsters in HHN, and they're giving them a bunch of different looks, and they look great.
Yeah.
You can give those characters so many different looks, and they will look fantastic.
The only world I think that might age a little quicker than its sister worlds will be How to Train Your Dragon. But I don't know. I think as a whole, Epic Universe won't age as much as Islands of Adventure. What do all you think? And go ahead and comment down below for those that are watching the replay that have made it this far. do you think? Do you think Epic will age like Islands did? Well, I mean, what do you think, Carter?
I think it will be. I think it will be fine. I don't think it will necessarily be a problem. I think though, if there's one land that 20 years down the road will go, maybe we can get rid of this now, it will be dragons.
Yeah. Megan says they're classic for a reason. Yeah. I think they chose very wisely with all of these IP.
Yep.
Harry Potter, Nintendo, Classic Monsters and Dragon, and then Celestial Park. Like, theming Celestial, like the hub of the park as just an original thing to just space, time, and Zodiac and all that is very smart.
Yeah.
That stuff is never going to go out of style because it's part of our world, like that's never going to go out. So it was very smart of them. Will they do an original land in Epic Universe? Maybe. You never know. But I think they're going to continue with IP, which I'm not always 1,000% on. I like seeing some originality. But at least I'm glad that the worlds do have some originality to them. Like the Dark Universe is a great example of them using an IP, but then just doing something completely different with it. Yeah. So, and with its time, with everything surviving time-wise, I mean, look at Cars Land.
Right.
I kind of thought I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Cars Land, but I think Cars Land's pretty timeless, just because of how impressive it really is. And I think that's what's going to help some of the worlds. If they're impressive in person, they will stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm. Someone said, I feel like both won't age too badly due to the new 9 realms, etc. They are adding new stories there. Yeah, they're adding
Very
new
true.
stories to Netflix. Peacock, I think, is getting some.
A new movie's coming out next year.
So there's definitely. They are not done with dragons at all.
No.
So, yeah, I think for the time being, dragons will just do just fine. There was no Toon Lagoon in this park.
No, there's not a Toon Lagoon, and I don't think there is a. I'm trying to think for like Disney too, like what Disney's kind of knocked out.
They're about to get rid of dinosaurs.
There's really not like a Tomorrowland in Epic Universe either. Tomorrowland's kind of like. They need to do something with Tomorrowland because it did become old very quick.
Oh, we got concept art in 2018.
Yeah. Oh, Cole's in the chat. Hello, Cole. I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sure I'm not the only one, too. I've actually never seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies either.
Oh, they're wonderful.
I've heard they're really good.
They're really good.
I get it's for little kids, but I think it's an unpopular... I think it'll be unpopular after some time. It's kind of like Shrek. It's cool, but also meh. Yeah, that's true.
Shrek is timeless.
But Shrek
is timeless. They could have put a whole Shrek themed land into Epic Universe.
They probably would have done better than
I wouldn't. I agree. I think Dragons was the choice. I think Dragons was the perfect choice for this theme park.
Yeah.
I think putting a Shrek land in Epic would have stuck out like a sore thumb and it would have made sense. But man, they've done Shrek so dirty.
They need to build a dark ride for Shrek. That's what they should have done with the DreamWorks land.
And not the motion gate dark ride.
No, it needs to be.
That looks terrible.
It needs to be like a Secret Life of Pets-esque kind of thing, where it's a proper dark ride showcasing the like a book report of the movie. That's what Universal should have done back there. I just feel like sometimes Universal Studios Florida gets the short end of the stick sometimes with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think overall Epic Universe is going to be great. I think it's going to be very popular, and I think Disney should be very worried about this.
Yeah.
But with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
You're gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, because it's been a while.
We'll go on our home, boy. We're on 2 hours and 33 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Seconds.
And I'm hungry, so
yeah.
Thanks again for tuning in to this live chat about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and of course all the other shenanigans. Are you excited for Epic Universe? Let me know by commenting down below if you haven't already. And yeah, what's your favorite land? Like we were talking about earlier, what do you rank the lands or the worlds from 1 to 5? 1 being your most anticipated and 5 being the least anticipated. And do you think Epic Universe is going to be breaking some records when it opens? I would love to know, and I'd love to have that conversation continued once we end it. But shout out to Carter for setting all this up again, because
No
I can't do this at home, and I'm glad that he was able to set this up to make it look nice and pretty for everyone. And I hope all of you that have been watching along with us have enjoyed it. So I think that's it. Do you want to say anything, Carter? Anything you're excited for, or anything you're ready for?
I'm super hyped for Epic Universe. I think, look out, we might do a D23 recap video, or you just might do just a video in the
I might.
Once we get the hotel, we'll do one final live stream talking about Epic Universe, and we really want to get a bunch of people on the couch and talking about all things Epic Universe and Disney and all that.
We'll get Cole can come over here. We get Cole. We can talk with Drew from Parks Bros. Scott. Bunch of people. Be fun.
Yeah, we want to do more of these. I like these. But you can also follow me at Jinx everywhere on all social media channels.
Yeah, I'll try to leave that. Yeah, I'll try to leave that in the description. Be sure to check out Carter's stuff. He has some really fun videos from Orlando. A lot of the recent ones that you posted were from Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So cool stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching. Cannot wait for the Wizarding World, and I will see all of you next time in the next live stream, but also in the next video and in the parks. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.